Team Biden in serious panic mode. Will Hunter Biden take the fall for Joe? I don't know. It's starting to look like they're going to throw Hunter under the bus because they can't hide this stuff. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I put out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree that's in the description. It has a link to my Patreon account where I talk about things I can't talk about here. Also has a link to my merch store where I have Let's Go Brandon t-shirts, I Will Not Comply t-shirts, all different types of t-shirts. So check those out. All right, let's talk about this news. We are possibly on the verge of World War III, and look who's leading America. Joe Biden has been compromised, and now Biden family corruption in place like China, Ukraine, and Russia may be disrupting the president's foreign policy decision making in a big way. And I forewarned of this before he was elected. I forewarned of this. I brought up the laptop. I brought up the quid pro quo. I brought up how China and Russia have and Ukraine have dirt on Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, and now look what's going on. I mean, I want to say it's prophetic, but it's really not. It's just reading and understanding human nature. You know, I mean, it wasn't hard to see that what the outcome was going to be if this man became president, and everything that I warned about is actually happening. But investigative reporter and author Peter Schweitzer is one of the few who will actually talk about the evidence we now have that President Biden um, will actually talk about the evidence we now have that President Biden has been uh, compromised and has committed high crimes. Money trails found on Hunter Biden's laptop that lead to Russia, China, and Ukraine. Peter joined the Glenn Beck program to explain why he believes the White House is bracing for an indictment of Hunter Biden. But could that actually lead to impeachment proceedings against Joe? I don't think so. They're gonna protect him because they have to protect the deep state. Um, Peter notes that in the bombshell New York Times article, Team Biden basically acknowledges that Hunter Biden may very well be indicted on tax evasion charges at the very least. Um, Other possible crimes the Bidens could be facing include money laundering, failing to file as a foreign agent with the Department of Justice, and political corruption. The New York Times article reveals that Hunter Biden paid $1 million in back taxes. Of course, he did that 18 months after the grand jury started looking into this. But but to me, that is a massive admission that they are trying to get ahead of the story. Peter explains. They realize that it's a big problem. And I think it's going to create an enormous problem within the Biden family because the question becomes, does Hunter Biden take the fall for his dad? Or if he is indicted, does he actually fight this? Because by fighting it, it brings in all the material from the prosecutors um, about how some of the money ended up with his dad and the favors that his dad performed. So I think they're in serious panic mode in Team Biden. And I agree, they are in panic mode because they shared an account. Him and his father shared an account together. And in that account, he was receiving money from Ukraine, from China, and other countries. Hunter Biden was. When this is during Obama presidency, when Biden was vice president, so that in itself, that in itself would raise concerns. You sharing a bank account with your son that has ties to these foreign countries. But Peter goes on to break down the details of the alleged high crimes that could finally be exposed, but admits that there are, quote, several hurdles still standing in the way. He also explains why he actually has hope the far left mainstream media will ultimately report this story the way it deserves. But I don't. He has more hope than I do. I don't think anything's gonna happen. They're gonna pull out all the stops to protect the Bidens because they're all connected. They don't want this stuff to get out there, so they're gonna do whatever they can to protect the Bidens, just like they did to help Joe Biden get into office. Just like they censored the laptop originally in 2020, so this information don't get out there. But now that the cat's out the bag, they're gonna be caping for him to try to stop more information from getting out, and he's gonna end up getting away with it, I believe. But let me know what you think. Leave comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out democrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.